Welcome to your first step to becoming an officer in the Axis High Command. My gamer tag is ZimZim, and I've been a part of the Axis High Command since 2002, off and on. I've done lots of recruiting for HC over the years, and have served in all three Axis branches as well as the OCS training school. I'm using this as a tool to inform the many people I talk to, and those that are interested in getting to know more about High Command. It has information on how to join, where to join, what's expected of you, and it also talks a little bit about the different branches, as well as the High Command roles that HC officers take on a daily basis. So, what is High Command? High Command is a very flexible piece of a very complex puzzle. It is a role-playing platform to leadership. It's strictly volunteer. It's to help the players, either strategic or physical. It's rewarding to you and the community that you serve. It's comprised of completely World War II online gamers. Why should you join? Well, if I were to look back and ask myself why I joined, it was because I wanted to make a difference and really help the community in any way that I could. Everyone has their own reasons that they want to join, and it's such a great decision. I don't regret it at all. But here are some of the reasons why you may want to. So, is there training? Yes, there's training. If we don't train, we're ill-prepared to field a proper engagement on any front. Being an officer in High Command, you train people every day, even if you don't realize it. As an officer, you will constantly learn new things about yourself and also the community. It's a relationship that goes hand in hand. One cannot function without the other. And that's the relationship between a High Command officer and the player itself. So, devotion to HC, what's that like? That's kind of a turnoff. Well, don't worry. Devoting your time is not that bad of a gig. In fact, it's intended to be really enjoyable. You're not working a full-time job. You're here because you volunteered and you wanted to. So whenever you have some free time, you're in game, you're going to be kind of expected as an officer to help out if it's really needed. But if there's enough officers online, then things can be distributed properly, and either way, it should be really enjoyable. Alright, some of the forms of leadership. Frontline command, Panzer commander, FB busters, air wing leaders, naval flotilla commanders, and overall, you're a force multiplier. This is generally where everyone starts. The rear line / map, headquarters. A map commander assesses the strategic strengths and weaknesses of the entire line, north, middle, south. And they also coordinate the troop force deployment, as in setting certain priority levels. Priority 1 could be here, priority 2 there. That means how many troops are in each area and or officers. They also ensure that our flags are safe, our divisions and brigades, and they play a chess game with the enemy. Training Corps, these are your first bosses, and also the big helpers that get you started from a standard player and get you up to speed as a normal officer. Command staff, they're your bosses overall. I mean, they were just like you, starting out, not really knowing where to go, and those are the guys who are at branch level or above. They're the leaders of the Axis community. If we were to give out a couple words for what OKW leadership is, it would be team players, contributors, volunteers, and honorable people with an honorable cause. So what branches are there? Well, there's 3 branches, not including the training corps. But that would be the Dossier, which is the ground forces, the Luftwaffe is the air, and the Kriegsmarine is the naval. Okay, here's a list of the requirements. This will also be discussed during your application process. The Articles of Conduct is something that's mandated by Corn Rat Service that officers have to abide by. Failure to do so, well, it indicates what will happen per each one of those articles, but that's a big no-no. It's not meant to scare people, but it's there to actually protect you as well as your friends around you. This is for officers only. It does not apply to players. So there's the application link, and it goes over the requirements again. If you have any questions, send it to tacrtc@gmail.com. He is the IKWCO, which is Training Command. The login information, that's what it'll look like. That log into the Access OCS application. That's what you log into the game before you hit the campaign or training server. If you have any input, I really want to make this rockin', so if you got anything, please send it to me at matt.zoom@gmail.com. On behalf of the Axis High Command, we really appreciate you checking out this and giving us the opportunity to give you some insight on what it means to be an officer. We're here to help people like you in game and out of game. We're always recruiting for more officers, and we'd be honored to have you in the ranks. And remember, unless we're tuned and coordinating via these channels, we are not an organized force. Take care, and thank you so much for viewing.